yung kanyang definition of himself as a redneck, which is, yun nga yung definition kanina from Cambridge, very prejudiced. Yes, yun yung nakikita ko. He is prejudiced sa mga naka-work from home because yung kanyang statement also applies to people na working on site. Again, I understand it's his experience, it's his opinion, so I can respect that. But doesn't mean I agree to it. In fact, I disagree. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and we're creating a reaction video, formulating our opinion dito sa nilabas na video ni CEO Paolo Calao ng Nimbyx, and he answered, expounded dun sa kanyang 4 words na dinescribe niya yung mga nasa work from home, which is makes you dumber every day. So, napanood ko na yung video. What we're gonna do right now is iisa-isahin natin lahat nung segments nitong almost 6 minutes video, and i-explain ko naman yung aking sariling opinion. Ang goal ko for this upload or for this video is to, one, try to make an opinion as logical. Let's try to be as objective and logical as much as possible in this situation so we can understand it, yung kanyang opinion ni Sir Paolo Calao. And with that, we can learn. We can learn a lot of things, and it can make our lives better, and we can move forward in this whole situation. So yun yung pinaka-goal ko. Let's start watching the video.
Do I really think people get dumber when they work from home? The answer is yes.
Okay. Yung question ko dun sa una kong video is, sino yung pinapertain niya? And it seems like ang tinutukan niya talaga are generally all the people working from home. Don't listen to me. Ito yung episode 1. Opinions of a redneck Filipino-Canadian CEO. This is important kasi don't listen to me. I think that's a catchphrase para ma-grab yung attention ng mga viewers in sort of reverse psychology na don't listen to me. You might listen more to him kapag sinabi mo yan. And opinions of a redneck Filipino-Canadian CEO. Ano ba ang redneck? Importante yan, no? Para mas maintindihan natin si Sir Paolo Calao at yung kanyang opinion. According to Oxford Dictionary, a working class white person, especially a politically reactionary one from a rural area. Siguro yung latter part, especially a politically reactionary one from a rural area, yun yung mag-apply sa kanya. Another definition is from Cambridge Dictionary, an offensive word for a white person who is considered to be poor and uneducated, especially one living in the countryside in the southern US, who has prejudiced, unfair, and unreasonable beliefs. Mga rednecks kasi, ito yung mga babad sa araw nung una panahon. Kaya mapula yung kanila mga batok kasi exposed siya. So yung trabaho nila is in the field, more on manual labor. According to Cambridge, is considered to be poor and uneducated. So hindi ko alam personally ang background ng family ni Sir Paolo Calao, kung poor ba yung family niya and siya, especially when he was starting or when he was young. But based on his standing right now, he is a CEO. Most of the time, hindi ka poor if you're a CEO. And with regards dun sa uneducated, he is actually, I think he graduated from the University of British Columbia, BSc Microbiology from 1985 to 1989. This is based on his LinkedIn account, and that's public, so we can talk about that and show that here. So you can go to his LinkedIn profile. I don't think na mag-a-apply sa kanya yung uneducated. Yung poor, siguro nung bata siya. So ba't ko ina-expound yun? Kasi importante na mag-focus tayo dun sa kung paano niya i-define yung sarili niya, which is who has prejudice and unfair and unreasonable beliefs. Yun na lang yung natitira eh. Not unless, of course, there are other definition sa ibang dictionary, or it could be slang na hindi lumalabas dito sa definition sa Cambridge and Oxford. Baka meron pang ibang definition for redneck, which is yun yung tinutukoy niya dito sa redneck Filipino-Canadian CEO. But for now, yun yung lumalabas dito. Baka binibigyan niya lang tayo ng background on what yung background niya mismo or who he is. So it's an opinion. This is an opinion coming from a redneck Filipino-Canadian CEO. Okay, let's watch it.
And there's a reason for that. This is purely my opinion. There's a difference between being more productive and improving your critical thinking and ability to create shared context with other people. And that's my definition of getting dumber. And so before I go into it, there are a lot of people.
Dinefine niya. So maganda na sinabi niya, this is my opinion. And yung definition niya, nung kanyang sinasabi na people makes people dumber every day, is ito specifically. Ang sinabi niya is, dun sa kanyang definition, getting dumber, there is a difference between being more productive and improving your critical thinking and ability to create shared context with other people. I will expound on that. I'll try to on his behalf kasi hindi niya masyadong expound yun. Dun sa particular area or aspect na yun, niya sinasabi na people are getting dumber na nasa work from home. Dun sa area ng improving your critical thinking and ability to create shared context with other people. Tingin niya kapag ka nag-work from home ka, yes, you can be productive, but you are getting dumber when it comes to having critical thinking and ability to create shared context with other people. Yung come up with solutions or come up with ideas with other people, collaboration. Dun ka nagiging dumber. He is entitled to his opinion. Again, sinabi niya, importante na that's his opinion. And so are we. Entitled din tayo sa ating opinion. And based on my experience, I disagree with him. Kasi I used to work in the office then. And right now, I'm working at home. So I have both experience. When I was working in the office, I was a frontline representative or agent, worked as a team lead, an operations manager. So meron akong different perspectives from those different levels. And I also worked as a freelance admin, a project manager then, and as a team lead working from home. And I think yung sinasabi niya na you get dumber because you are not, ganun natin i-interpret, no? You are not improving your critical thinking and ability to create shared context with other people. It happens to both. Mapa-work from home ka or work in the office, nangyayari yun kahit saan. Based on my experience, nakita ko yun lahat. So, yung degree ng saan ba mas nangyayari yun, I don't know. Kasi wala naman akong data. Hindi ko naman nakikita kung mayroon namang study na ginawa na mas nangyayari nga yan sa work from home versus working in the office or working in the field. And based on my personal experience, kung saan ba siya mas nangyayari, I think it's just equal. Kasi nga, based on my experience din yun, nakikita ko, it happens to people working in the office, working in the home. So, meron mga nangyayari yun, meron din namang hindi. They get better, they improve. Hindi ako agree with this opinion. It's not specific to work from home only. Tuloy natin yung panonood.
By necessity who need to work from home, especially in the Philippines where traffic is really bad. I hear you, 3-4 hour commutes each way every day. It's tough. There's also people with disabilities or, mothers who have young children and need to take care of family members. It's tough and I get it. So I'm not against working from home. Certainly at Nimbyx, it's our policy that everyone is work from office, but it doesn't mean that applies to everyone in the world. There's a job for everyone, and I wish you well in finding the role for you. But having said that, why do I think people get dumber, and what can you do about it?
That's a good thing. In-acknowledge niya that there's a necessity for people to work from home. Yung mga ayaw sa traffic, syempre, grabe ang traffic sa atin, heavy traffic talaga. Maawa ka talaga sa mga kababayan natin na nagko-commute every day. So, yun yung one necessity. To avoid the traffic, have more time. And have more energy, syempre. If you can, you choose that. That's why meron mga people na they're working from home. And next is for the PWDs. Importante din yan. For mothers na meron mga anak. For caregivers, merong family member na kailangan nilang alagaan. And working from home allows that for them. So that's a good thing na in-acknowledge niya yon. And another thing is, okay na sinabi niya he is not against working from home. It's just that it does not apply for them sa Nimbyx kasi sila ay working on site. Okay din na sinabi niya, he wishes us, everyone na working from home well, and that's really good. I just wanna add na there are other people na outside dun sa mga may necessity na binention niya who just prefers working from home. A number of reasons kung bakit gustong mag-work from home. And yun lang gusto kong i-add. And that's totally fine. Ito, i-expound niya na yung kanyang opinion and kung anong pwede mong gawin. Kung bakit ka nagiging dumber and kung anong pwede mong gawin. sabihin niya na dito?
Well, first and foremost, what typically happens when I see people who work from home and they apply for a job with us is they get a task of some sort, whether you're a software developer, digital marketing person, whatever it is. And you end up becoming very good at that task. It's like repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and you get good at it. It's just the nature of work. Having said that, what if that task ever changes or iterates? And that's the challenge we have in today's period of rapid technological advance. What you're doing today or tomorrow or this month is likely going to change with the advent of modern technology. Then what? And that's the challenge that people working from home have. I've interviewed hundreds of people and I asked them, is it really 10 years experience or 1 year's experience 10 times over? And oftentimes what I see is people have 1 year's experience 10 times over. And they're very productive, but that's not the type of people we want at Nimbyx. So, having said that, if you have to work from home by necessity, either you have clients overseas or you have young children and you have to take care of them or family members, what can you do about it? I have a 20-20-20 rule.
Before we go to sa kanyang 20-20-20 rule. Totoo yun na you can be very good at your task, pero what if ma-eliminate or something happens dun sa job mo, maging obsolete siya, what then? That's true. But hindi yan applicable for work from home people lang. It also applies to people working on-site. So yung sinasabi niya, that's the challenge for people working from home. It is also a challenge for people working in the office, working anywhere. Ganon din yun. Before, meron mga areas ng mga customer service, let's say, chat support. Kapag basic and simple lang yung mga queries ng mga customers or ng clients, kaya nang sagutin nyo ng AI. So, ano nangyayari? One, it could be malay off yung mga tao or they can be moved to another department kung saan kailangan sila. Pero paano pag walang need? Diba? So, pwede sila malay off. What then? So, nasa site sila and it can happen. And that can also happen sa mga naka-work from home. So, it's not a challenge na mga taong naka-work from home lang. So, I disagree dun sa kanyang statement na yun ang challenge ng mga taong naka-work from home. It's a challenge for everyone. Is it really 10 years experience or 1 year experience 10 times over? So, ginagamit kasi itong statement na to, no, to describe someone na may long tenure na pero hindi nag-grow or nag-develop. Kung ano yung alam nung taong nag 1 year nang nandun, yun din yung alam niya na 10 years na siyang nandun. So, hindi siya nag-develop. Yun yung kanyang pinupunto dito. Again, that also applies to people working on site. Diba? It can apply for people working on site, working in the field, working at home. Hindi yan specific to people working from home lang.
So you're saving all this time commuting. Where are you putting that time? First and foremost, don't overwork. And I know it's contrary to what most people see or do, but putting more time into something does not really mean you're going to be more productive or, more importantly, it's going to improve your critical thinking. Instead, allot 20 minutes a day to at least do something physical, exercise. I see people who work from home not doing that. They're just getting buried in their work. Second, another 20 minutes a day dialing or calling other people in the company that you work for. You need to be the connector in your company. Hiding behind a keyboard and a screen, like a lot of the haters that we have do, I think you're just proving my point. Logic and emotion start to go in separate ways, and the emotion takes over logic. So that's the second 20 minutes. Spend 20 minutes reaching out to other people in your company and get to know them and force yourself. The last 20 minutes is learn a different skill. Train your brain to do something else other than the task you're doing today. Do that and invest the energy in training your logic so that when someone says something, you don't react emotionally. The two issues that we see with people who have worked from home for years is, number one, they understand the process, they're very task-oriented, but when you ask them to think.
Okay, hold on. Before we proceed to that, maganda yung tips niya. Ito kasi instruction niya for people working from home. And this is what you need to do. Kasi na-save mo yung time mo from traffic, from travel. So, what are you using? Where are you using yung time na yun? So meron siyang 20 minutes rule. And I agree with that. Exercise 20 minutes, 20 minutes, connect with people in your industry, in your company, and learn a lot of things. So, yung sinabi niya na ikaw yung maging connector in your company, which is really good advice. Maganda yun. And parang ma-improve yung critical thinking mo and logic. And then, yung pangatlo, learn a different skill, which is really important. So, outside nung pinaka-work mo, maghanap ka pa ng ibang skill na pwede mong matutunan. That's definitely a good advice. Ang opinion ko lang, dun sa minention niya na yung mga haters, in-address niya yung mga haters na they are being emotional. So, naghihiwalay na yung emotion and logic and mas nangingibabaw yung being emotional. It's because yung opinion niya nung una with that four words, it's provocative. And it can be interpreted as demeaning dun sa mga people na nag-work from home. And with his statements, so far, he is still demeaning yung mga people na nag-work from home. May prejudice na para bang applicable lang to people working from home. And sort of he is contradicting himself dun sa statements na yan. Kasi, if you're saying na ito yung dapat nyong gawin pag nag-work from home kayo. So, if you do that, which I do, and a lot of people do, hindi kami nagiging dumber because we're doing that. In fact, we are improving, we're getting better, we're getting smarter. So, medyo, to some extent, kino-contradict niya yung sarili niya. Kasi there are people who's using yung mga tips niya na yun, even before mention niya, no? Including ako, na a-apply ko na yan sa sarili ko. So, getting smarter, we're getting better. So, yung statement niya doesn't apply to us. So, it doesn't apply to the work from home people. So, si Sir PK, kino-contradict niya na yung sarili niya dito. Kasi kung pwede naman pala yan and you can improve, then generally speaking, not all people working from home are getting dumber. Okay, let's proceed.
See with people who have worked from home for years is number one, they understand the process, they're very task oriented, but when you ask them to think laterally or be creative, they struggle. Number two, they lose the grit and determination and become hypersensitive to criticism because they become in their own echo chamber, talking to their friends, family, everyone saying, good job, good job, good job, because they're getting better at the task. But if that task ever changes, they're typically lost. And that's my opinion. I've seen it hundreds of times. And take it for what it's worth. It's an opinion of one person.
Okay, that's good. Inulit niya yun. That's his opinion. Okay. So, here's my opinion. What he said, understanding the process, yung mga naka-work from home, they're very good at it, they're productive, they're task-oriented, pero when they are asked to think laterally or creatively, nagsa-struggle sila. It's a challenge for them. For us, daw, sabi niya, sa opinion niya, they lose the grit and determination and become hypersensitive to criticism, and they have an echo chamber. Parang, kung ano yung sinabi nila, i-echo lang yun na sa paligid nila. Oo nga, tama ka, ganito yan, ganyan. Uy, ang galing mo sa ganyan, ganyan. Again, this is my opinion, this is my point. It happens to people working in the office too. And observe ko din yan based on my experience. It happens to people in the field. It can happen to people and it happens to people working from home. So it happens regardless kung nasaan ka nagtatrabaho, kung ano man ang setup mo. And yung grit and determination, hypersensitivity to criticism, actually, nung nag-work from home ako, mas nangihingi ako ng feedback. Depending dun sa client mo, depending sa company, depende rin siya sa mga managers, team leads, team members, mga teammates mo, mga co-employees mo. So, it depends. Hindi siya nag-a-apply for work from home only. So far, yung kanyang definition of himself as a redneck, which is yun nga yung definition kanina from Cambridge, very prejudiced. Yes, yun yung nakikita ko. He is prejudiced sa mga naka-work from home because yung kanyang statement also applies to people na working on site. Again, I understand it's his experience, it's his opinion, so I can respect that. But doesn't mean I agree to it. In fact, I disagree to his opinion. So, tuloy natin yung kanyang video.
This resonates with you. Come talk to us. We're always looking for the top 1% and we're going to make you successful. If this doesn't, don't listen to me.
The views and opinions expressed in this video are solely those of Paolo Calao. The content of this video is intended for informational, entertainment purposes only and should not be construed as professional advice. No part of this video is intended to harm or offend anyone. Importante yun, no, yung last part na yun. Pero may kulang dyan. I will expound on that. So, I'll give you my final summary, breakdown of this. There are good things sa lahat ng nangyari na to, no? Ang maganda is, he stated that it is purely his opinion, yung sinabi niya na yun. And nag-expound siya doon sa kanyang opinion niya, dinefine niya kung ano bang ibig niya sabihin na getting dumber. So, hindi siya in general na lahat ng aspects ay nagiging getting dumber na yung mga nag-work from home. In that particular area lang sinabi niya na critical thinking, collaborating with people, doon. He acknowledged the necessity of working from home. That's also important. That's a good thing. He mentioned the strengths of people working from home, which is productive and process. They know the process savvy, and task-oriented. So, that's a good thing. And then, nagbigay siya ng mga tips on how to keep developing yourself, which can apply to people working from home, working in the office, or in the field. That's a good thing. So, yun yung mga makukuha natin dito na maganda. Ano naman yung mga bagay na not so good and needs to improve? First is, saan na nag-apologize? No, dito sa video na to, message na to. Ayan, nakalagay, no part of this video is intended to harm or offend anyone. So, they know that he knows, or maybe Nimbyx, kasi meron din silang isang video na sa Facebook page nila, na yung team members yata nila, employees nila, alam nila, meron silang mga na-offend, meron silang mga haters, according to them. So, it's okay to say sorry and apologize. It doesn't mean that you are admitting you're wrong or you're incorrect. It's just that you wanna communicate na hindi yun yung intention mo to hurt people. And possibly na you wanna communicate pa na you want to help people with your statement, di ba? It's just that naka-offend yun. Should have apologized. Pero, again, it's up to them. This is your opinion. This is their channel. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-force yan sa kanila. Pwede natin i-request, but we can't force them. Overgeneralization and prejudice on the people that work from home. While in fact, yung mga statement niya can also apply to people working in the office and working anywhere. Yung statement na there's a difference between being more productive and improving your critical thinking and ability to create shared context with other people. When in fact, yes, yung statement na yon, again, it applies to everybody who is working anywhere. It can apply to anybody who's working anywhere. Is it really 10 years experience or 1 year experience 10 times over? Mag-a-apply din yan to people working from home, people working in the office, or in the field, o kung saan man. And then, ito yung kailangan nila improve, I think. Their hiring process. Because I assume, they hired people na, and then, nag-work from home yung mga people na yun, and yung experience nila, nag-stagnate yung mga people. Kasi nga, personal opinion niya to eh. Personal experience niya. So, hinire nila yung mga tao na yun, yun yung naging outcome. So, kaya siguro, ang kanilang action plan is to have everyone work dun sa office na lang. Pero I think they can improve dun sa kanilang hiring process. Baka mas meron silang system na pwedeng ilagay na masala nila yung mga tao na kahit mag-work from home itong tao na to, because of her personality, his or her personality, magiging proactive pa rin sila at hindi sila magsasagnate. So, I'm pretty sure meron mga ganyan paraan or systems sa hiring process para masala yan so they can get good people. So that's one thing. Another thing to improve is their leadership and management style siguro. Instead of just having the solution na mag-return to office, baka the leadership and the management can do something na to keep the people proactive. Di sila mag-stagnate. So they can develop, they can continue to learn other things. Coaching man yan, team meeting on a weekly basis, coming up with a learning development goal for sa mga employees nila, which based on my experience, meron yan sa work from home setup. Nakita ko yan and it worked for some people. It didn't work for other people. So, dyan na pumapasok yung personality talaga. Pero, that can be put into place and it worked. So, meron pa rin nag-continue working from home and it's working. And at the same time, it's working for people na nasa on-site or nasa field man. So, I think they better improve on that versus having people na lahat nasa office lang. Not unless, of course, talagang lahat ng mga roles nila ay necessary na nasa office and it wouldn't work kung hindi sila nag-report to the office. So, ano bang lessons natin dito So, mention natin yung mga good things and yung mga things to improve. Those are already lessons. Pero, just to summarize it, let's be objective and logical as much as possible. Sa mga gantong issue, let's not react right away and isipin muna natin maigi. So, we can control our emotions and we can be logical para maging mindful tayo of what we say and we can be close to the truth. Yun yung pinaka-importante kung ano yung objective truth. You can be close to that when you say something. With that, we can help people and we offend only a few people. If not, na we don't offend anyone. Ba? So, let's be logical. Let's be mindful of our words. Pag-isipan natin maigi bago tayo magbigay ng statement para nga we can be close to the truth and if possible, we don't offend anyone. We can help people. Yun talaga yun. They could have done better. Pwede siguro nag-focus sila dun sa working on-site. Ano yung benefits? Like, 4 words pa rin. Makes people smarter every day. Without mentioning work from home, just mentioning working on-site. Makes people smarter every day. Actually, every day, 2 words. Yan, not unless, well, ano lang yan, semantics. Encourages collaboration and growth. More fun for us. 4 words applies to working in the office, working on-site, diba? Without mentioning working from home, without putting anybody down, diba? Kung di man yun ang intention mo, so that's why it's important to think about it muna before you release statements. Para, yun nga, you're close to the truth, you help people, and as much as possible, you don't offend anybody. Another lesson is to apply the 2020 rule. That's important. So, thank you, Sir PK, for sharing that. That's really important. Tignan ninyo kung ano yung mga trabaho ninyo. See if it's something na can be replaced by AI. So, might as well learn another skill just to prepare you. You know, if it happens. I hope it doesn't happen, but eventually, it will really happen. Nandiyan na yung AI. So, that's a good lesson. Another is, for me, it's okay to say sorry. Yun ang lesson dito. Again, it doesn't mean na you're wrong. You're admitting that you're wrong. It's just that you're saying, you're communicating, you're humble enough na I didn't mean anybody harm, which is nakalagay dito, no part of this video is intended to harm or offend anyone. Pero mas maganda na we apologize if we offended you. That's not our intention. Diba? Maganda, okay yun eh. That's why I'm saying right now, if I offended anybody sa mga sinabi ko, or meron akong maling nasabi na hindi eksakto yung definitions, or yung opinion ko na baka masyadong malayo sa truth, ngayon pa lang, I am apologizing to you. It is not my intention to offend anybody or harm anybody. My intention is to navigate this whole situation as objectively and logically as possible, and we learn from it, we become better, and we move forward with our lives. So to summarize all of this, the pinaka-summary ko. As a CEO, smart person, experienced, well-educated, Sir Paulo Calao could have done better on this message. But still, it is appreciated. Thank you, because there's a lot of points that are worth hearing, and there's a lot of lessons. So thank you still, Sir Paulo Calao. My message to the people working from home, people working in the office, on-site, sa field, agent, freelancer, team lead, manager, director, vice president, president, CEO, founder. My message is, we all have a choice to improve ourselves regardless kung saan man tayo nag-work. And we have a choice to help people so that they can improve as well. And doing a lot of critical thinking before you deliver a message is a start.
Sorry, speak.